Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you an easy 72% win rate Warwick jungle build that's taken over the meta. It's also really common in Warwick top lane as well because the items simply aren't balanced, so you should definitely take advantage of it before they get nerfed because they most likely will. First, you want to rush Ravenous Hydra, which actually was nerfed recently, but it hasn't affected this build at all. So anyways, go Ravenous Hydra into JAK'SHO. It even has JAK'SHO as the favorite item now, which is awesome because it's super strong on Warwick. I wouldn't recommend Heartsteel or Iceborne though because those kind of suck at the moment for Warwick, so go Ravenous into JAK'SHO, into Bork. At that point, you'll probably be tanky enough to be able to get away with going for items like Maw or even Rageblade. I've gotten really good results on Rageblade. Super crazy damage output that synergizes well with your passive on hit and also synergizes really well with the Bork on hit. You typically want to start with Leash on Warwick if you want a tempo. I want to invade Mordekaiser, so we'll 4-camp clear invade. Whenever you invade, you're going to be down a camp. So essentially, if we 4-camp clear, we're going to be attacking him on his 5th or 6th camp. So your fastest 4-camp on Warwick is blue side plus red buff into an invade. You can do a full clear on Warwick if you don't have any other options. So no ganks on the map, no invade option because they're running a tight clear style jungler such as Elise. If you do run a full clear on Warwick, you'll finish somewhere around 325 to 330, which is fine, but it's not optimal for Warwick because once he's level 3 with double buffs is where he truly starts to just shine. You want to take Lethal Tempo, Triumph, Alacrity, Last Stand, Celerity of Water Walking, Attack Speed 80, and Armor. Celerity of Water Walking is extremely consistent on Warwick because even if you're in combat, out of combat, early game, late game, it's always giving you value. The other runes, like Resolve Tree, doesn't really do much in the early game, and the Domination Tree, once you're in combat, isn't doing anything. So if you want a really consistent experience, then you typically want to run Sorcery secondary. So now that we're level 3, we took our whole blue side, we'll grab red buff, invade him 5th camp. Gotta hurry though. If you're lucky, you'll get some blood sense like I got here. It helps you get to the other side of your jungle a little bit faster. Shaves a few seconds off your overall clear. It'll happen. I'd say a third to a half of your games where people will be scrapping out hard early, which is optimal for Warwick. This is going to allow us to get on more nice and early. Mord's not an easy jungler to solo, but Warwick can do it. We'll just hold E. Save it for as long as we can. I don't think he saw us here. We got here really fast because of the blood scent. I'll attack Q through. He's dead. Down he goes. I have full stack Lethal Tempo. We wouldn't have gotten there before he got there unless we had those blood scents, so we would have fought him while he was doing his blue, which would have actually been easier. It was a bit harder to take it and then have him show up like that. Pretty good start so far. Want to max W first, Q second. W gets way more per level, attack speed, movement speed, and a giga lower cooldown. Q only heals you slightly more, does slightly more damage, and that's it. The cooldown doesn't get really any lower. We'll push for double scuttle now. You take enemy jungle camps 20% slower than your own. So spending too much time farming the enemy's camps is somewhat inefficient, especially when there's scuttles up. So if he goes topside now, all he has is Gromp. He already took his wolves, right? Because he did 4 camp, 16 CS. So he started bot side, clear towards top side, which is what 9 out of 10 times junglers do. They start bot side with best leash possible. First back on Warwick, you do want to try to get your team out. If you can't afford it, usually you'll stick around on the map. I think he just got himself killed by a control ward. So in this case, since we got a kill, we didn't have to stick around and clear Gromp into wolves. If you have to, that's fine. But you generally want to get team out on your first back. It speeds up your clears and gives you a decent amount of damage. It lets you take Raptors incredibly fast. Extremely consistent. All about efficiency. Smite early once you have your W. So level 2 and up. That way you can get the extra attack speed when it's half health or lower. Against champions, when you activate your W, you'll get attack speed and movement speed against them, even if they're full HP. A lot of Warwick players don't realize that. They never use their activatable W. And they miss out on a lot of damage output. Singed is missing a lot of health. He has no boots. I'm getting a blood scent on Pike right now. Hey, friend. Auto attack into Q reset. Oh, this is bad. I didn't realize Pike had R level 5. That is really early, dude. Level 6. Like 4 minute 55 into the game. That's wild. Really wasn't expecting that. Happens though. We definitely had the solo option on Mord there. That was a good follow-up by Pyke. Even with D-Shield, he had absurd damage output because of Hella Blades. We should outscale him though. He's gonna run out of mana here. We get the Q through into Fear. Against champions, you pretty much always hold down Q, which swings you through. That way, if they flash, dash, jump, you'll have a much longer window of sticking on them rather than just a tiny little bite. The only time you bite is if you don't want to swing through because you're going to take a bunch of turret damage or something. The only time you bite is when you know the bite itself is enough damage to kill them on its own. There's nothing to clear up here. Pyke got so much gold off that, it's wild. Such a hyper carry style champ. We'll go for opposite side scuttle here, pop W to find him. I'll correct there's somebody over here. It's likely Mord or the Pyke. You don't normally use the W the way I did. It gave a lot of value since Scuttle was up, and it would let us know if Pyke was bush camping us. Just walk away. I have celerity and water walking. I'm pretty fast. We Q through the Pyke. The Pyke hook. I'm on Ghost right now, so I'm really fast. We get the Q attachment. Down he goes. I'm on double buff plus Ghost extension plus celerity water walking. I'm moving super, super fast here. Looks like Mord's going to get away. His bot lane may rotate on me here. Got to get this in the brush. That's exactly what they do. Auto attack Q through. He doesn't get the stun. I might walk into MF here, though. Not sure where she's at. Now I got to leave. My bot lane didn't rotate at all. That was an easy rotation because I had HP advantage. I had an advantage on Mord. Plus, I had double buffs, so. Singe executes on turret. He didn't want to die. Not a bad start. The only thing that was kind of weird was getting killed by a level 6 mid laner 5 minutes into the game. I don't think mid and top should be able to hit it that fast. For a jungler to hit level 6, even pre 7-minute mark, is kind of rare. It's not easy to do. You have to soak a lot of minions. So here, even though we're Giga fed and we're playing decent, we hit level 6 barely before the 8-minute mark to give some perspective. As a jungler, you should expect top and mid to hit it way before you do. They keep buffing those roles every season. They give more bonus XP for solo XP off minions. We have R up. Mord's blue's coming up. We can look for the invade on him. Even Mord on his 6, we can probably solo him. As long as we hold E until we're low HP so we can stay alive while we have max healing. The lower on health you are as Warwick, the more your auto attacks heal you. You can find a lot of value just staying alive at 20% health with E. Damage reduct. The only champions that can go toe-to-toe with Warwick, auto for auto, is honestly, I'd say Olaf. Olaf is pretty much it. I E'd way too early there. Yeah, he killed us. He killed us because we E'd early. He also built heal cut, which I wasn't really expecting. That was my bad there. Yone gets the kill. Something about Mortis, he does steal a big chunk of your stats whenever he Rs you. So in that way, Lethal Tempo kind of works against us. Have a big chunk of Ravenous here. Still in a great position to carry. Holy crap, man, that Mord R. If I would have held E, I still think we could have won it there, even with item disadvantage. Pick up red buff real quick. Look to grab mid wave while Yone's dead. Pyke's probably going to go for the plates. Get there a little bit faster. He's really trying to get a plate. He can't kill me at all. Pyke doesn't have the solo damage to kill me. Can get Ravenous Hydra now. Dragon's up though. I'm getting a movement speed from something that helped out a lot there. My teammates are rotating super late. We get this attachment. We've got both of their flashes there. It's a decent recon flash. MFR kind of sloppy. And we get the Fear on the Pike. Down he goes. Nice, nice, nice. That's a triple dipple. All because their bot lane was greedy and trying to kill us when we have Sorcery Tree secondary. They should assume that we have Water Walking. Chasing down a champion with Water Walking celerity is really hard. I kind of need some help here. All R and by his tanking dragon. I guess he didn't have R. The reason why it R'd early, because we didn't wait till we were super low HP, and we could have gotten to him without using R's. I wanted to hold him closer to Dragon, because Dragon's doing a lot of damage at this point in the game while we're all kind of low level, low items. To where it's like we had an 80 carry hitting him the whole time. Whoever the Dragon's closest to is who it's going to auto. Just hold him there for it to hit. I wonder if his R was on cooldown. I know Mord was nerfed recently, but his jungle win rates are still incredibly high. We're sitting on full Ravenous Hydra and tier 2 boots. Tier 2 boots on Warwick are incredibly impactful. You don't typically want to rush it before Ravenous, since Ravenous stacks and scales. So you want to get Ravenous then tier 2s against their team. It's honestly looking like Merc treads. Merc should be good here, and then we'll build for JAK'SHO. We could have even gone Swifties, because Mord's slow on Rylai's, Singe slow on Rylai's, Zillion's slow on Rylai's. So yeah, Swifties would have been reasonable as well. They're very inexpensive. Oh, wait, I think I disabled his R there. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I canceled his R with my Q. That's a weird interaction. I don't know if that's a bug, because Warwick Q makes him immune to displacements while clamped, but Mord R shouldn't be a displacement. So for example, if Tristan is trying to knock you back with her R, Lee Sin's trying to kick you away, Alistar's trying to headbutt you, someone's trying to hook you, someone's trying to knock you up. If you use your Q, you can go through it, right? Or Syndra knock. You'll still soak the damage, but the knock displacement CC will be negated. But our Q shouldn't have gone through Mord R. That was bizarre. Holy moly. I think we still would have had him, because item advantage. Rylai slow is only so useful against a Shredder who wants to stand still and auto you anyways. Plus I have Merc treads and he doesn't even have tier 2s. But that's kind of weird. I've never seen that before. Very strange. My biggest mistake in that fight, I needed to get down W before I started the fight to get the extra attack speed while he was at full health. That way we can stack lethal tempo faster and get him down into the nice thresholds. I don't think I can kill Singed here anyways. Killing Singed wouldn't be easy. Very strange. He's probably pretty ticked off that that happened. I have everybody muted, but because I heard his R animation and he lifted his mace up at me or whatever. He pointed at me and made the sound, but nothing happened. Very strange. Drag Soul is a great win con for Warwick. He kind of needs Drag Souls to win in team fights because oftentimes he'll get kited out. We Q attached to dodge his hook, and then he flashed. It's the only way he was able to really outplay that there. I'll just let this push towards my mid laner. He has range creep advantage. Hey, friend. Q through, get the fear into R. That's a very unfortunate interaction. Wasn't expecting the Zillion to be there. On top of that, Mord passive still seems to be active while he's coming up from GA or from Zillion passive, so I was still taking an absurd amount of damage from Mord, and then Pyke's able to secure the kill. It's my bad. I didn't need to play that aggressive. On the bright side, we didn't lose Dragon off of it, but still. A little bit too aggro. The Zillion's getting some nasty roams. Really, really nasty. Outside of Olaf being able to solo Warwick, if Olaf plays it right, I would say Rams can kind of solo Warwick once Ramble has a Thornmail. But then there's a weird power spike once Warwick is 3 or 4 items where Warwick can solo the Rammus, because lethal tempo is much more impactful in a fight to the death than Aftershock is. So you don't typically see Rammus soloing Weedwick. Now you do typically see Rammus giving more value in team fights than Warwick because of the hard CC and the consistency of his mobility versus the Warwick mobility. But in terms of a raw solo fight, Warwick's going to be far better off than even a Rammus with Thornmail. finishing jungle item is going to be really important here. We have tenacity from Merc Treads. We'll get the tenacity from green jungle item. Red jungle item sucks, and blue one's too situational. If you're not fighting near a brush, it's not helping you at all. So I'd rather have the tenacity and shield. Dragon's coming up here in a second. We get the swing through. I assume he's gonna fling me. I think I just canceled his R with my R. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Bro, you have to be kidding me. How is Zilean here again? That is unreal. So yeah, while you are in your R on Warwick, you go through every CC in the games. Every single CC. You can even R through a Vagar cage. As long as you've started your R animation and you haven't technically landed yet. So there we did actually outplay the Mord R pretty hard. I kind of wish we didn't end up dodging it though, because if he were to R us and then we're inside of his little zone, then Zilean wouldn't have been able to put his R on Mord's head. So Zilean's definitely making things challenging. I need to get over to Dragon. I'll use my W on Pike. Caitlyn didn't quite get him half health. There it is. I would have had speed up anyways now. Oh, I didn't see Zilbill. Zilbill's causing issues. So for example, we can go through the Dragon knock with Q. Just like so. Oh, Mord's so annoying. It's also because I don't know what the cooldown on the Zilean R is right now. Like, I don't know if it's up or not. Wow, Yoan actually just stole that. I think Zilean R is probably on cooldown here. Hey, Pike, got you, buddy. Hey, Zilean. I think they might have gotten that dragon, though. Oh, we got it somehow. Gotta stay on the Mord while Singe kills my teammates. Swung through and dodged the Mord Q. Lethal tempo is full stacked. I don't want to chase this guy. It's kind of pointless. I'll just go grab wave instead. If I had JAK'SHO there, that fight would have been a lot easier. Singe was trying to chase us while I was going up against the Pike. It's pretty funny. Mord hasn't finished his jungle item yet. If I could keep these camps away from him, that would be good. You need to take a epic jungle monster or a large jungle monster to use up your jungle item to finish it to get the additional stats. So he went for the green one for tenacity and shield. Is it gonna pull into the brush? My goodness. They're all kind of hovering mid right now, so I can't do anything. I can't do anything there at all. They're all kind of just stacked up. Herald's definitely the play. It's the only neutral objective up right now. I want to get there in time, but I just can't. So I'll take Gromp reset. My teammates could have definitely taken Herald there. The enemies are forced back. We have a current gold advantage. I just haven't spent it. Apparently Nasus has shutdown with 0 kills. See, that's stupid. It shouldn't be possible to have shutdown if you have 0 kills just because you're CSing well and his team's ahead. Since I'm ahead, that's why he has shutdown, because he's tied CS with Singed, but somehow has 300 bonus gold if they kill him. So they get 600. Got JAK'SHO. Now we go for the Borkin for the Porkin. Bork's really good against Mord. He gets a lot of health. And when he steals your stats, he can't steal your items like passives. He only gets to steal like 10% of your health, attack speed 80, magic resist, all the core stats. I don't think it steals movement speed though. That'd be OP. What a butthole. He gets a lot less XP from it than I do because he doesn't have jungle item. This is a bad force here. He doesn't have Swifties. He's actually really slow if Nasus just puts Wither on his head. We get the fear, but Nasus isn't really reacting at all. Whatever. I might actually die now. I thought Nasus was going to run up and wither, but he just didn't. I'm going to let you die now, Nasus, if he pushes forward. That's scummy. That's really scummy. Me and Rakan came in for the pinch. Nasus just straight up didn't go for it at all. All he had to do was press wither. What a weird interaction there. Guess it makes sense why he has 1 KP. He's not in a hurry to participate. Is what it is. Singe doesn't have rallies yet. He actually wasn't even that hard to chase even on his R. I didn't have Ghost. Rakan didn't have Flash. Plus I ended up missing my R. I was holding it for when I could no longer really reach him with my autos to give us some extra chaseability, but it's kind of risky. It's so easy to dodge. The more time they have to react to it. He backed for a Frozen Heart. That was his big move when they're tripled AP. That was his big hurry not to help with the Singed. Oh, you got the stun still? That sucks. His delayed stun's really good against Warwick R, because if we R him, well, it gets stunned after the animation is gone off and we've landed. Tragic. Take this guy's camps. Mord has finished his jungle item at this point. I still have a pretty big CS lead. Dragon's coming up. We'll play for Drag Soul. I'll grab the wave real quick since we're already here. Might as well. There's 2 of them mid, Singe top. They don't really have anyone to run me down. We can go through the Mord pole displacement and the Pike pole, the Pike hook displacement with Q, making it hard for them to kind of drag me back for their team. Nasus dies in the split. He probably should have just gone Force of Nature or Vistage second item. They're so freaking AP heavy. Smited it super late. Oh well. Chemtech Drag's one of the best ones on Warwick for the tenacity and extra shielding and healing. The soul itself is kind of meh though. W for this guy. That's a triple fear because I had Eon. Zillion misses the double bomb. It's kind of awkward. Get the attachment into fear. Nice, nice, nice. Rakan gets in and out. Very cool. MF's up way too far. She soaks the Zill R. Caitlyn puts trap on it. Caitlyn seems like a good counter to Zillion because she can trap the revives. It's kind of interesting. I think she's going to die now, though. I need to get to the river. The river for the water walking is how I'm going to get out of this one. He's tried to fling me, but he couldn't. He couldn't fling me there. I'm getting rotated on, though. Nasus is going to watch me die as well. It's kind of his thing. Watching the team die while he AFK split pushes. Holy moly, dude. I should have just kept running. I can't expect this Nasus to actually move away. Oh my god, that's such a free fight too. It really is, because he's pretty strong. He's got a lot of stacks. I'm really fed. It's such a shame. It's tempting to just go up there and take all of his minions, but you don't want to make your teammate rage quit. Even if they're trolling the game because you know you can win a team fight, but they decide they don't want a team fight. Really close to Bork there. Only needed a little bit more gold. I think laners even take monster camps slower now. Slower than they used to. I know they don't get full XP. I don't even know if they get full gold for them either. Thank you. Appreciate you. It's really annoying when people do this. It's really, really annoying. Because there's minions and stuff, and they get less XP from it than you do. So it's just like, why are they doing it? And then you're like, I don't know why. The answer is I don't know why. I'm just leaving. I'm not fighting this. I don't have R. Nasus died immediately in the team fight. I'm gonna let Caitlyn die too. I'm not staying for her. Ripperoni Caitlyn. Got full Bork now. We might actually lose off that though. Honestly, we don't have any teammates up. They have Baron buff. They only don't end if they throw here. Maybe if I can get the MF. Okay, that's big. All right, we got the MF. We stalled the game out a little bit. Nasus goes in and is immediately not very useful. He did very, very little there. I think he did get exhausted, though. I'm surprised how long we were able to stay alive while tanking 4 or 5 of them. That's kind of crazy. Killing MF's important. She's the 80 carry. She's going to be doing a lot of damage against turret. WinCon is definitely Drag Soul here. If we don't get Drag Soul, then we might keep losing the team fights because the value Zilean can give in team fights is really, really high. Massive AoE stuns. Nasus slows on him, and obviously the Zilean R as well. Took mostly magic damage there. It's time for a Rage Blade, I'd say. Soon that's Caitlyn trying to quit. No, it's looks like it's the Yone. Everyone's giving their best effort. Stealing my camps while hyper underperforming is the standard as a jungler in League of Legends. He's stealing so many of my stats here. Like, look at my attack speed. My attack speed was actually so slow there. It's actually pretty rare to have your laners just straight up steal your camps when you're already on your way, when you treated them really well, like in ganks. Because if you're a jungler who just shows up out of nowhere and you're not helping and you start taking all their minions, that will often happen. But when you're putting your teammates on your back and carrying them, and then they're hyper underperforming, then taking your camps when you're pathing straight to it, it's not like I was on the other side of the map. It's kind of rare. The enemy's got dragon. Looks like they're trying to end. They definitely can't end. I have no one to really follow me up here. We get the attachment into a 4-man fear. I didn't get my R off on who I really wanted it on, but got the Zil flash. Dodge the pike hook with Q. Hey, Pike. Hey, buddy. We go through him with Q. Down he goes. On a big extension. There's someone right here. Got him. Yeah, that was all off the E. I let myself get hooked there so I could put them into Pike's team. And then after Pike hooked me, he put me straight into his team. And I had my E and my R, so they couldn't really do a lot. If we could play every fight like that where our team can follow up, Pike hooks us into his team, then they'll lose for sure. Because the Pike hook is basically just a gap closer. Otherwise, we get kited out by the Zilean MF pretty hard. There's nothing for us to really get right now. There's no dragon, there's no Baron. The red buff's coming up. Rage Blade's going to be really, really important for me to solo Mord and Mord R. Even with him stealing my stats, I think with Rage Blade I could still make it work. Might even go for a Maw this game. JAK'SHO should give me enough armor to deal with the Pike. As you see, Pike falls off pretty hard late game. He couldn't do anything. He was landing pretty much everything on us in terms of damage output. But since we can go through his stun with our R if we're in midair, and we can go through his hook CC with Q, his damage output isn't enough on its own. He usually needs to actually land something. Let's grab blue buff for the ability haste. Hopefully my teammates don't die while I'm over here. I don't have smite for this fight. I have to play it the same way though. Look at that. Heal cut, heal cut, heal cut. They all have heal cut for me. Pretty sure it's not for the Nasus. He's 2 and 4. Oh, they're gonna get Baron here. Got the singed. Oh, Mord R'd me. His passive ended. Auto attack Q reset. He's dead. We got the double fear into a big speed up. Oh, never mind. Singe tries to fling us. He couldn't. Down goes Pike. I get healing from Triumph, and now I can go push the wave. They did get Baron, but they lost the team fight for it. Nasus was able to get on top of them, and so was I. Well, got Zillion Zhonya's. He's so hard to kill, bro. He has a snare, he has 2 slows, he has a stun, he has a speed up. He's got everything he needs to survive. On the bright side, you don't usually get to see Warwick late game unless your teammates are pooping the bed a bit. So if my teammates played in a more pleasing way, you guys wouldn't get to see this late game build. Because normally when you're fed on Warwick in the early game, it's just an absolute landslide and the enemies will FF because it's too lost. I have to leave. I can't stay here. I kind of want to reset, but I can't get a full item anyways. We would definitely push Ma for the Omni Vamp on it for when it pops. We'd be unkillable, especially dealing with the Mord. Because MF isn't really the issue, it seems like, to me. I have a nasty flank here. Got the slow on MF. I'm on ghost extensions here. I think Singe is on our base though. Get the attachment. Yeah, Singe is in our base is the thing. Oh, Zillion's healing up. That's bad. Singe got a turret off that. Like, how are you actually supposed to keep up with that? He's so fast. At least we get Pike Flash. Singe only gets 1 turret. Our inhib will be up soon. Draxel is going to make a huge difference for me and Yon in particular in fights. Me, Yon, and Nasus. Take 10% less damage. Deal 10% more when we're below half health. It's going to make us really hard to finish off. MF has such a low damage threshold that we don't need any more armor outside of JAK'SHO. As long as Yon positions halfway decent, he should be kind of impossible to kill in the fight. I'm gonna take these. I don't want to lose a turret to these stupid minions. Cannons do a lot. Big speed up off Zillion. He's around 20% health. Maybe a little above it. Still, 55% movement speed here is pretty big. Get W on the Singed. Get the attachment into Fear, into R. May not have been worth the R him. Who knows? He loses this. He has no way. Wow. That's a lot of healing. Mord's so tanky though, dude. Holy moly. I have vision of him. I'll take the plant. I don't know if they lose inhib here. Get the attachment. Wow, that stunned me. I didn't even think I was anywhere near that one of those bombs. I'll Q out. Should live here. That was really close, but at least they lose inhib. That's going to give us a lot of map pressure. Look at Caitlyn red buff. She has ranged autos and I don't. I don't think she's playing well per se, but she's possibly playing better than their AD carry, so she might get decent value out of it. She really going to go to steal my blue here when she has minions like right over there? Oh, I can get Ma. I don't need gold anymore. I'm level 18. At this point, it would be fine for her to take my camps because I'm full build and level 18. So there's no really loss of net resources as a team. I think we just need to get on the MF or Zillion. I don't think Singe can do a lot in team fights, nor can the Pyke unless MF's hitting huge Rs. Because Nasus is tanky, Yon's low-key tanky as well with double chem plus chem soul. The only person who can deal massive damage to our whole team at once is Zil MF. That's why I have so much magic resist. Nasus is bot side, I don't like that. We may not win this fight. 4v5, I guess we'll see. Oh, Caitlyn. We get the attachment to double fear. Looks like Yon hit their backline pretty hard there. We land the R. Yeah, I can run him down here. Oh, he's on ghost extensions. Never mind, I can't. I gotta get the minions. I'm still a little surprised they still lost that fight because Caitlyn died so fast, and I guess it goes to show just how broken getting dragons is. Their comp's not bad. If you look at their team comp and you didn't see ours, you'd say, wow, that's broken. Like the MF Zil, and then they have double tank frontline with an assassin. That's a really well-rounded comp. The only way it would be better if their Pyke was a long-range mage like a Zerath or Syndra. It's really about the dragons. Get the fear into R. They can't dodge your R if they're feared. I don't want to die here though. Oh my god. I'm on Ma. If I can get back into combat, I can get my Omni Vamp. That should be GG's. What a game, dude. What a game. Looking at damage dealt to enemy champions on Warwick, we had the most in a late game where there are crit champions. Generally, crit will end up doing the most with how it synergizes with your overall attack damage stat and your abilities. We managed to out damage not only a Yon, but a MF and Caitlyn as well at 57,000 damage. Not too shabby for building tanky. For damage taken, we had also taken the most in the game, literally, just about 800 more than the Mord. For self-mitigated, we had self-mitigated almost the most in the game. Mord had a little bit more than us, so if you take self-mitigation into account, he had a little bit more damage taken, but still, that's pretty crazy when you think about it, because Mord also has his shield. Just goes to show how overtuned JAK'SHO is at the moment. For runes, really high value. Hopefully you guys give this build a chance. It's a lot of fun and super strong. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is King6. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.